Welcome back to ICANN Media. Again, we're in Banff at the N-Form Petroleum Safety Conference. Joining us right now is Dr. Mark Fleming, and you've come out here from way down east.
Yep. I'm over here from Halifax, from St. Mary's University.
Okay, tell us what you do at the university first.
I'm a faculty member in the Department of Psychology.
Okay, and how does that relate to what's going on at this conference where we're talking safety and it's attached to the oil industry as well?
Yes, that's quite a common question. What do psychologists know about safety? And actually it's a big discipline, actually, safety psychology, because when we look at major events and disasters, actually it's usually because people haven't done what they're supposed to do, which is a psychological issue rather than a technical or engineering issue.
You were mentioning off camera that the role that you have right now with the faculty is unique in the world.
Yeah, so in 2013, CN Rail gave an endowment to the university to fund a professorship in safety culture, and that's a 5-year program where we're going to look at promoting safety culture in a range of different industries, from rail, offshore oil and gas, nuclear.
So tell us a little bit about your speech then when it comes to safety culture and the psychology of it.
Yeah, so safety culture is really about our shared values and beliefs around safety. What's important to us? What's really the big thing that is going to get us into trouble? What's the values and norms that are accepted in our workplace? So that really drives safety. And what I'm trying to share with people is some strategies to promote a positive safety culture. What can they do in their companies to come up with a really good way to have the best safety culture they can have?
You mentioned that often it's not engineering that is the problem, it's the people that are the problem. Yeah, I mean, engineering seems easy to fix sometimes. You know, you need to tighten something, you tighten it. It's a little bit harder when you're working with people, isn't it?
Yeah, so the model I often use is that, you know, so some things we can say are simple, like baking a cake. Sending, you know, a man to the moon is complex, but dealing with people is complicated. And that makes it even harder because there's many more interactions between people, there's much more individual variability. One person is going to react differently to something else, which makes it a real challenge to get that right safety culture, to get everybody acting in the same way.
Now, you're from Scotland, and you've studied in Scotland. You've had a chance to work on a major disaster as well, and looked into it anyway. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, actually more recently. So Piper Alpha was what got me into safety. It was a major disaster that happened in the North Sea in 1988, and 167 people died on that platform. And when we looked at that disaster, the public inquiry concluded that it was due to a poor safety culture on that platform. And sadly, when I spend a lot of time reading disaster reports, more and more they conclude a poor safety culture is an underlying cause of the disaster.
So what do you think a leader's role is then when it comes to setting a standard for safety culture?
Well, they need to demonstrate and convince the people who are at the sharp end that safety is actually the #1 priority. And they do that by demonstrating that commitment in a range of different ways, through their own personal behavior, to the decisions that they make, through what they reward in the organization. Do I get rewarded for shutting the job down and being more cautious, or do I get rewarded for getting it done no matter what? And those values are what the leaders set the tone for.
So what would you prefer to see?
Well, again, I believe really that we should be safe and people shouldn't have to die at work. So when you're uncertain, you need to shut it down and wait till you get more information.
Mark, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We've been chatting with Dr. Mark Fleming here on ICANN Media in Banff at the N-Form Petroleum Safety Conference.